So first we come to the rules, and it's pretty simple. It's just no mods. Winner picks the Civ first, but the loser picks this. It's gonna work like the loser of the beginning map is choosing the map first. Afterwards, the winner of the previous match is gonna pick the Civ, and then the loser picks the Civ again. And the first match is gonna be a Mexico mirror. It's gonna be set on Great Plains. And if any crashes happen, it's gonna be replayed, like same Civ, same map. The payment will be 20 euros each. It's a round of 5, not best of 5. There will be no Civ reset. And they have 2 Mexico Civs available. So they have to pick 2 Mexican Civs besides the starting one. And they have agreed that they will not use the Inca and Fast Fortress. Their advice was that they would ban Incan because they were so strong.
Yeah.
But both have agreed that just the Incan Fast Fortress is kind of broken. And yeah, so they agreed both to not use the Fast Fortress. And
okay, so with this one, so instead of it being so instead of it being best of 5 and the winner takes the 100 euros, it's 5. Is it 5 games, and whoever wins those games, 20 euros goes to that person? Is that right?
Exactly. So every match matters.
Okay.
Like if one wins 4 times in a row, the 5th game still counts.
Yeah.
And this is like the map pool they can pick out of. It's like 30 maps I picked.
Yeah.
Some TPs, some no TPs, some water, some no water. So we have a bit of diversity in terms of strategy.
Yeah.
And that's all just advertising stuff. Right. So let's hop right into the first game, shall we?
Let's do it.
Great Plains it is.
Nice, that's looking good. Have you got the little image that removes the timer at the top right for your stream? That's something that would be quite good, so people can't guess when the game is going to end.
But I forgot to do it on my new Streamlabs because I switched the PC since I cast the last game.
All right, okay.
But I mean, they don't see the bar, so it should be fine. For now, at least.
Yeah, that should be fine, yeah.
I mean, I could also do a black box here, so...
No, I think it's fine. They can't see when the timer's going to... So that's fine. As long as they can't see the timer, then it should be absolutely fine.
So both going for a trading post starting.
Okay, so what do we have here? We have got a good old Mexico mirror. I wonder if we're going to get any games where there's not a Mexico mirror, where we're going to have one Mexico and one normal Civ.
I'm curious about that as well.
Yeah.
Does it have picked a deck yet? No.
No decks picked.
Nah, not picked yet. But it seems like they're going for a similar opening.
Yeah, so double TP.
Going for a market and a trading post, interesting.
No, I think... oh, yeah, no, they are going for market and trading
post. They are going for exactly the same build order. Going for a market and trading post.
Very greedy.
Yeah, very greedy. Usually you see either a market or a trading post, at least when I play them. He chopped only gold. He sold the gold for wood and built a house with that.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've seen a lot of Revnak's games now. I've probably watched about 5 or 6 of them. So I think that, if he is going to go something, it's probably going to be down the route of the fast industrial. But we'll see. We'll see how Kynesie might want to maybe switch it up and go for something that's a little bit harder hitting, trying to stop the FI maybe, or maybe they'll both go FI. Maybe let's have a look at the decks maybe.
Yeah,
we should have access to the decks now.
So,
yeah, there you go. So FI with Kynesie.
Kynesie has indeed cheap evolutions, the bombard attack card for the TC, a bunch of H4 cards.
Yeah.
Trades, TCs, the very strong shipment Soldados and Falconets. He has not the plan wagon where it turns the outpost into coconuts,
No.
but every
Looks like he's
strong
got
shipment.
a good sort of. He's got the good old 9 soldados with the 2 falconets. That's one of the strongest cards in H4.
Yeah.
So it's good that he's gone for one of those.
Also the 2 gold and 2 mortars.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a pretty much a naked FI here. He's not waiting around. He's going for the cheaper revolutions, and that's what Kynesie seems to be doing. Let's have a quick look at Revnak.
Let's see what
what he's going for.
Oh, it's close to similar. Pretty
Yeah,
the
so
same.
very, very similar.
Only he has the 33 insurgents and not the second factory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that second factory
Pinnacle.
is sort of, yeah, it's, I don't know. Some people like the second factory, some people don't. So it's one of those ones that you either leave it in there or you don't. But yeah, basically all you need is just a ton of unit cards on H4. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see here. I mean, Revnak hasn't actually picked his first card yet, so it seems like that he may be going down a different route. He may not be going for a really quick FI. He might be trying to bait Kynesie here and potentially going.
Yeah, he might try to
like
go for actually his other build. He has done a whole lot, which is the peta timing, where he sends 700 wood. Oh, he doesn't have it.
No, he doesn't have that. Hey, no, he
It's
should.
in the
No,
revolution
when he
deck,
revolts, when he revolts into Central America, he'll have the 700 wood available. So, you know, he could do that, and he could try and maybe see if he can. Because it might be good actually, because with Central America, you have the access to 2 falconet shipment.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, no, 2 culverin shipment, and that will really hard counter if Kynesie is doing any sort of FI stuff. So we shall see.
Yeah, no, it's just a waiting game until they reach the next stage. But Kynesie's edging up like 20 seconds faster than Revnak is.
Yeah, I think it's it's a good question. I'm not too sure.
Maybe he got a bit luckier with treasures.
Potentially,
Maybe got like 80 food or some treasures for the
seems to be macroing perfectly here for 300 food, 300 wood, 300 gold. So it looks like he's sort of. I think that's basically his standard deck, which is crazy. So I think at the moment, pretty much one of the most standard decks for Mexico is this deck. I mean, this deck screams like it's going to be FI, but it can also be a Central America play where you don't actually really need to get into the 4th H, because Central America gives you the access to an entire new deck, so you don't actually need to rely on it that much. So I don't know. It's an interesting one here. I'm not too sure. We do see the forward hacienda there by Kynesie, so that's in. Yeah. Actually, no, that's Revnak. Sorry, so Revnak's got a forward one. Yeah, so that also really shows that he's
really cries out for his build he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing some sort of rush, but he is going for the cheaper revolution now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe this is some sort of like semi FI here, potentially.
I think he just wants to get this card in before he revolts, because it's gonna make the
he hasn't even revolted yet, has he? Yeah, so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's worth doing this. I mean, it depends on how long you want to stay in the Central America revolt, I guess. I mean, what's the point in doing it? You know, I mean, it's not gonna have great value if you're just going to be revolting into Central America. You know, I'm not too sure. I've seen him do this before, actually. He does like he gets a later card out. So what are the cards he's gone for so far? So he's got 2 cards banked already.
He only went for the builds and the Deeper Revolution. That's all you got.
Okay,
I sent the coin.
Okay,
so he's going for a fast industrial, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really looks like it.
It's like he's delayed it a bit more than Kynesie though. So he's delayed it a little, and he's built a barracks. I mean, yeah, but also it's kind of interesting. I'm not too sure. I think Kynesie's definitely going to get up. Kynesie's now going for wood. So he's gone for 700 gold, and now he's going 700 wood. and now he should be in a perfect position to be
Yeah, I
able
think
to get
that's just for the
into.
infrastructure, right? He's gonna have enough for returning back very soon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Mexico mirror for me isn't hugely interesting. I think at the moment, I think the meta is just dominated with FI, to be honest, and it pretty much seems to be the play at the moment. Seems to be get into fast industrial around 7.5 minutes, and by 9 minutes you basically have a shit ton of elite units.
Yeah,
That seems
exactly.
to be the kind of play at the moment, which is fair enough, but it just seems a little bit bland.
Yeah, it's just Revnak just everything he does is like the same as Kynesie, but a little bit slower. And he's always nearly halfway through the returning, whereas Revnak only is a quarter through.
Yeah. As I say, I think it may have been treasures potentially. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, also delayed his shipment. He could have sent in H1, but he decided to delay it in H2.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it has any effect him delaying it, to be honest.
No, I think it was just a mistake.
Yeah. Forward base, but later industrial. He's just going to lose it, says Crispy. I don't think so. I think having the forward hacienda, if Revnak can make sure that he gets his units out around the same time or quicker than Kynesie, he will be at an advantage because he will not have to walk his soldados across the map. You know, that hacienda is right there ready to receive military shipments. So I think Revnak's going to be more aggressive here than Kynesie with the FI. And I think Kynesie's going to have to play more defensive because of that forward base.
Yeah. And the Haciendas have a ton of HP. 5,000 HP is gonna take a long time to siege down.
Yeah, even with Soldados. Okay, so yeah, we see Kynesie now going for one of the strongest cards, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
The 9 Soldado.
Soldados and 2 forts.
And yeah, there you go. Look at that great counter. So Kynesie is. Wait, did Kynesie switch that?
No, I switched to Revnak. Revnak's. Oh, wait.
Someone's getting Colves.
Oh, yeah, Revnak is getting the Cove and Mortars.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be good there for Revnak. He's going to be able to counter those Falks well with the Coals, and also he's going to be able to really siege with the mortars.
Yeah. He doesn't have a bunch of units out. Revnak, that is. It's like his first Betsy getting out.
Hmm.
No, and he has a few. It's not going to be enough to really encounter the huge mass from Kynesie.
Yeah, Kynesie's obviously got into the age quicker. He's got his shipments quicker. But we do see now the Culverin and the Mortar shipment coming out, which will be a really good way of countering the 2 Falconets. But that is a lot of Soldados coming from Kynesie there. And yeah, Revnak needs to get back. He needs to wait for his shipments. And yeah, Revnak actually that 2,000 score behind him.
Yeah, it's getting a third cover into one volley the heavy cannons, which are probably on the way.
Nice
Oh, yes.
Nice job on that.
Going for the same shipment, also for the 2 culverins and 2 mortars.
Yeah, that's probably the best card, I think, to be honest. Just to make sure that Revnak doesn't start to get any Falks or heavy cannons out to deal with the amount of Soldados he's got. I think making sure. Oh, he's switching it again. Wow, these card switches.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Can never decide. Really, but now, Revnak is going for the Soldados of himself.
Yeah.
Even has the heavy cannons now. But the Soldado mass is not gonna be a huge problem for him.
No.
And he's taking a bunch of coin as well. But I guess it's because he is housed.
No, I mean, he has got the wood available to be able to build a couple of houses. I think that's just from shipments. I think he's getting that next shipment in. It's making his pop go over.
Yeah, it's
Because
the overclock.
that's like a 20 population like card, because soldados are 2 pop each, so you've got 9.
There's like
That's
25
18.
population. That's why this
Yeah,
card
yeah.
here.
So yeah, that's a lot. But I mean, it's just, yeah, there you go. Scores are evening out now. But I mean, this just kind of build is just so. I sort of refuse to do this build on the ladder because it's just, for me, it's just a little bit boring for me. I think it's, we know that it's powerful and we know that the cards are crazy, and I just feel like it's so easy to sort of do this build. You know,
Yeah, it's
you just
easy.
once
It's
you're in
very
H4,
fast.
you're good.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
And if you get rushed, you can easily ship the what is it, the defensive gear card, where you ship yourself 2 or 3 outposts and upgrade them once.
Yeah, like I think you can only get that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can get that when you're Central America. So yeah, so if you're going to get rushed around 6 minutes or 7 minutes, as long as you're still in your age 2 revolt that you did. So if you're in like age 3, I guess you could call it. You've got that 3 advanced outpost card, and that
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the advanced frontier card. And once you put that down, you don't even need any units. You know, you can just
They do so much
defend.
damage by themselves.
Yeah, and it is kind of crazy. So yeah, we can see the mortars here are doing a good job for Revnak, taking down. I mean, taking down houses is probably the best.
Look at the
thing to do.
cannon mass of each blade. It's so insane.
Yeah. I think they build a barracks and an artillery foundry. I think both of them.
Yeah,
I think
I
there's an
saw
artillery
Kynesie.
foundry
No,
on both
Revnak
barracks.
doing. He has a barracks too.
Yeah. I think
Correct.
there is a play there where you see there's an artillery foundry and a barracks seems to be like the go-to military buildings that you do.
Oh, so that was always war H2, not H3. Now just grading up to veteran status.
Yeah, I think that's something that these guys are missing a trick. I've seen a couple of other people do FIs, and they do prioritize upgrading the soldados, and I think that's kind of crucial.
Yeah. And Kynesie is upgrading them to H2 guard status, whereas I know it's Cavern Royals, not the soldados.
All right, the Colts. Okay, yeah. So he's got vet soldados, and Revnak I think still has just the standard.
Yeah, he's upgrading them now to 3.
Yeah.
On his way. Oh, no, did he cancel that? Oh, the upgrade coming soon. I guess not.
Yeah, there's a lot of switching and cancelling cards.
Indeed.
It's very hard to keep track of what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But I mean, he's done a good job at defending so far. He's dealt with the Hacienda and the 4 barracks by Revnak.
Everything here in the front is down, so I guess
it's just constant mining, isn't it? I mean, look at it. It's just like the macro is just so heavy on.
Yeah, so heavy on coin, gold. Nothing on food, and nothing on wood.
Ashana in chat says refuses to do FIs as Mexico too. It's boring. Yeah, I think I have to draw a line somewhere, and I think this is just too strong for, especially for people around my level, around like 1300 elo, maybe 1400. I think it's just extremely strong, and it's just a bit boring for me. I don't find it very interesting. I'm not a huge FI fan anyway. Never really have done FIs. So,
insane great micro from those royal cannons, royal coverants. Getting a cannon down already. And you went for the free upgrade for the soldados.
Yeah, look at all the coals here, like coming in for Kynesie here. Absolutely shredding through all of that artillery.
Yeah,
he's pretty much
every single artillery is just gone.
And there's the GG rightly from Revnak, and it's over as quick as that. Not even 14 minutes in, and the first game is over. 20 euros goes to Kynesie there.
Yeah, indeed it is. So 1-0 for Kynesie it is. But at least the games are fast-paced against like Mexican mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I say, like I think there could be maybe another play, but I just think that the FI is just so strong. I think maybe there could be another. You could say that you could maybe stay in Central America, so you could stay in that revolt. You could ship yourself to Colves, and you could start to get some PTARs together, and you might be able to push. But honestly, I don't think so. I think if you're going against someone who's FIing, you just need to FI as well.
Yeah, maybe an eco FI, but like, at what time would you reach H4 with a regular Civ? Like 10 minutes, 12 minutes around here?
Yeah, I mean,
Around
like
this
normal
window?
FI, like with India, it's around the 11-minute mark, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
something like that.
Like
Yeah.
if you
So
go for
you
a fast
yeah.
industrial with Spain, you're gonna reach like around 10 minutes, 10:30, depending on your macro.
So what times did they FI at? Was it around 7 minutes 20? I think that's the quickest I've seen is like 7 minutes 15. Oh, that was quite a late one. So 8 minutes.
Maybe 7:30-ish, depending if you get idled, if you get treasures, how greedy
Yeah.
you will get.
Yeah.
Even like they went both War Market as well as ATP.
Yeah.
So
So
gonna
yeah,
slow them.
that was an interesting play. Going for both a market and a TP. That really delayed the age up.
I really thought for a second that we would see the other build that Revnak does the whole
Hmm.
time for ladder lately. He's going for Central America and then chips 700 wood. And with that wood, he's building a bunch of petards, 5 or 6, and then send it
Yeah.
then straight to the town center. Mixing it in with falconets and soldados, it mostly ends up with like at 7 minutes, the TC will go down, no matter how hard they try to defend this.
Yeah.
I really thought that I would saw this, but maybe another game. We still have 2 more Mexicans still. Right, so let's
Yeah.
see
You can
which map
yeah.
Revnak picked for this.
Yeah, let's get into the second match. Oh, look at this. This is juicy.
Oh,
Good match up here. No TPs.
but there's a bunch of llamas here around the ponds. Always 2 to 4 llama spawns. And Revnak did a really great job at picking India on this map, as every livestock you get gives XP, the XP trickle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Japan is also a great pick, as you can use the llamas here to your to Shogu Shrine and to normal shrines.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good job. I think you got a subscriber. Is that my man Crispy?
Yeah,
Crispy
it's
3-year
a
prime sub.
crispy,
Look at
yeah,
that.
indeed. I didn't want it
What a
to
legend.
disrupt your thoughts.
That's fine. Anytime you get a sub or follow, you just cut me off. It's it's your channel. Don't feel like you don't need to. Make sure you give anybody a shout out.
Definitely gonna do it. Don't you worry.
Okay.
I never seen
so-
a market and a consulate with shrine followed up.
Interesting.
So I guess he bought wood with this coin he got.
Yeah, I've started to see this. Like, I've started to see Japan open up slightly differently now. So, I mean, around my sort of level and like lower level players, normally you'll see you ally with the Portuguese. You then, I think you build 2 shrines. I think you get 2 shrines down in age 1. But I've started to see that people go market and then they get the berry upgrade. So they get the berry gather rate upgrade in age 1.
Yeah,
I've
I think he
actually
got that
started to
too.
see that as I've started to see that as a different thing, and they just get 1 shrine. I think they build 1 shrine, and they get a berry upgrade. So it's kind of a different way of doing it. I don't know whether that's better or I don't know.
I think it's pretty standard, the deck from Kynesie
Yeah.
here. Great.
What
build.
are you thinking Revnak's going to do? You think he's going to do a standard sort of aggro that we all see?
I think we're
Like a-
gonna play pretty standard. Agrafort in the middle, starting with Sepoys. Like the 12-10. Not the 12-10, but tipping Sepoys first.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 12-10 isn't amazing anymore because
12-10
Sepoys
is quite...
their health is not, it got nerfed, so that rushing with Sepoys is not that good anymore. You've sort of got to wait a little bit longer and and push out with more of a mass from India, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some aggression followed up by the usual foreign logging and 300 export where you get the builds.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, though. I rarely see Revnak play India.
Yeah, same. I always see
rarely
him
see him
playing
play it.
ports before it got nerfed, and a lot of Mexicans too.
Yeah. He liked the African civs as well. I think also Germany. It's quite a well-known one that he played as well. So, yeah, India's a new one for me. I rarely see him play India, so I'm sure he can play all civs extremely well. But there are a few, obviously, that he's really good with, but we'll see what he does here. So yeah, so is that just the one vil? Yeah, so he's not too worried. Just got the one vil on there.
Yeah, you're right. Only one will. But really great age up before 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, same.
I think I probably get the building started at about 3 minutes 30.
Yeah,
and like
same.
30
Always
seconds
3:30 for me.
long.
Switching
Okay,
out
so
the words, so
what's he going for there? Is he going for the Tori or is that
it's the
Shogu? I don't know. Someone told me that there's you can
it's
looking
the
at the foundation.
the
Is the
Shogun one.
Shogu.
Oh, yeah, if it has like the little tiles here,
Yeah.
I think in the middle here, then you can tell that this is it, the Shogun, the Torii gates.
Yeah. Okay.
He's doing the standard stuff, right? Building a market, getting other markets up? No, he does not build a market yet.
Yeah, so usually like people build a market in transition, but maybe
Here it
he's
is.
yeah, he's going for the market, yeah. He's doing it in an interesting placement. I don't know whether or not he's doing that just to get some more vision if there's any raiding potentially in the future, putting it at the back there. That's kind of, or maybe trying to, I don't know why you would hide the market. I mean, it's quite obvious that, you know, you'd normally
I think it's
go
just
for a
for line of
market.
sight purposes. If he's just making some, what they call it again, Naginata raids. That's why there's a little bit of line of sight.
We do see a wall going up for Kynesie though, so
Yeah, indeed.
he's anticipating some aggression here from Revnak potentially.
I assume he scouted that, right? No, he did not.
He hasn't scouted it, so
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. He actually hasn't scouted his base at all yet. So.
Yeah, he was just busy shrining, I would assume, with his heroes.
Yeah.
With the wood, so very greedy. Not shipping a military shipment, but going for the wood grades. Whereas, as we assumed, he's going for the sepoys.
Yeah, 5 sepoy, yeah.
5 sepoy making more sepoys.
6 on wood, that's kind of standard. I tend to put 7 on wood, I think. And then when I get the foreign logging, I then usually drop off and have about 4 or 5. I think that's what I tend to do. But yeah, 6 or 7 is kind of the standard. I'm going to see what's going to happen here, I think. Is he going to be going for 700 wood next, maybe? I think that's probably what I would go if I was Revnak. 700 wood is probably going to be the next shipment, so he can get some more.
Either 700 wood or the foreign logging.
Yeah. I think if he's more greedy, he'll probably go foreign logging, because that takes a little bit longer to pay off.
You're gonna see it in a second.
700 wood, come on. Oh, he's going...
No, I'm right.
Oh,
foreign logging.
okay,
Yes.
he's going foreign logging. Okay, all right. So he's definitely going to have more vils on wood if he's going to want to start, keeping up with the...
So Kynesie is very greedy with 4 villagers shipping being next.
So I want to see how he moves with these sepoys here, because I'm really bad at this. I can easily lose a lot of sepoys when I'm playing. So I just want to see how he traverses through Kynesie's base here and see what he does. So he's obviously idling, which is great.
Because Yumi is gonna be in a horrible spot.
That's unfortunate. That's kind of a waste there of... that is a waste of some time there to get those...
Yeah, maybe it would have been better if he would cancel the Yumi badge and re-queue it again, so it would arrive at the same time as the Ashigaru shipment.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. So now, yeah, so he's going for some military now. And I
It's
think
gonna
he's
just
probably just going to try and,
really
yeah,
fine, yes.
siege a few of these down, yeah.
Only has like 7 up, I think.
Mm.
As it is now.
I think this map is slightly favored for Revnak because India's so good at containing, especially with a forward aggro. It allows him to just dominate the map, and you can see here that he's basically like Kynesi's already walled himself in,
Yeah,
playing
on the
very
east side.
defensively. Yeah.
As you can see there, he's trying to raid, and he's gonna scout it with the aggro fort, right? Yeah. So he has every single light of sight on the east side.
Now switching into Gurkha, so anticipating that, you know, he's probably going to be building some Yumis. So probably having a few Gurkhas in there to level the composition out is probably the best thing.
Right for coin shipment now. So he's gonna either use it for massing or just aging up. And using the shrines to kind of buy time. As well with the raids.
I think probably, I mean, the most logical thing here will be to age up. I mean, if he goes Naggies, he might be able to get a few raids off, but I think probably in his situation, I can probably feel that he's going to be maybe going for, trying to see if he can go for an age up, I think.
Yeah, his macro would make sense too. Only if you're on coin, everything will on wood. Food, I mean. Does he have some exposed villagers? Let's see. Oh, he has done a great job at hurting. Every single hurt is like grind around the town center.
Yeah. What did he get out of the consulate there?
He got the bestiaries
Oh yeah, these
from the
guys.
boss.
Yeah,
It cost like 300, I think. A one-time technology, it is.
Yeah. That's quite good. I always wondered how people get those whenever I play against Japan.
Yeah, it's from the boss consulate.
Yeah. And then normally people now switch up and go into Japan.
Yeah, either Japan or
normally?
Dutch if you're going for more greedy or for more aggressive. It depends.
So yeah, I think you're right. It looks like he's sort of trying to macro up here, see if he can get into age 3 and hold off against Revnak. What's Revnak up to at the moment? Is he trying to do the same, or is he just still?
Yeah, he's trying to do the same, I think.
Oh yeah, he's getting some coin. So potentially, or he might just be massing up even more because India is really viable in H2.
Yeah, because of the Gurkha's Embarrack and having goods in H2, essentially.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna more. He didn't ship the builds or anything from the consulate yet. Since he has 600 export stack.
Has he got the cheap revolution, the diplomatic intrigue card? Has he got?
Yeah, he got
that yet?
this.
He has got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so
that's why I'm just curious about his decision.
Yeah.
Now he's got the boss headless.
Okay,
oh, okay.
He's using it now. Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of a push here or something, but just seeing what he's got, I think, seeing if there's anything going on. But the score seems pretty even still, so it's quite surprising.
Yeah, India's eco is honestly overall underrated. They scale pretty well over time. With their foreign logging, with their distributism, with their 4 villagers they can get now.
Yeah.
And as well as with the 1 will each shipment that you sent.
Yeah. You know, he's been able to sort of pull off a sort of a semi-FF here, really. Or
yeah.
Like maybe like a late semi-FF. He's got a good bunch of Gurkhas, Sepoys, and he's lining himself up perfectly to age up. Yes, Kynesie is in front, but he's got much more of the map control. He's got more units. So it's definitely looking favourable here for Revnak at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Kynesie definitely has the speed advantage when it comes to the ace race.
Yeah.
With the first game, it's everything is gonna be live on Widgie's YouTube and mine YouTube, so don't you worry.
It's fine, Laz. It's okay. You didn't miss much. I'm not going to say obviously who won, but it was a Mexico mirror, and they both went FI. That's all I'm going to give you. I mean, you probably knew that anyway, seeing as that's pretty much.
Spoilers here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you weren't missing out on much. This is definitely more of an intriguing game. So you're you're lucky that you came in at this time.
Right, he's gonna up with the Terminal Gates. Okay,
Yeah, that's kind of like
it's pretty
it's
much the
either that
standard,
or
right?
Tower of Victory, I think. But I think he wants to go Charmander because he wants to try and push. I think if he
Yeah,
wanted to go more eco, he'd go Tower of Victory, so he can maybe get
I think
another
the
TC.
India versus Japan matchup is overall just a bunch of upgrades. Like you want to get every single upgrade you can get.
Yeah, I think he's just waiting for those 2 siege elephants. The minute he's got the 2 siege elephants, he's going for it. He's going to be pushing straight in, and that's all he needs really to move. But there is a big green mass south of the map there.
Yeah, very, very
Kynesie is
large mass of Yumi and
yeah moving forward with a significant amount, and Revnak's going to be able to get that scout there. He's going to be able to see what he's got, and that's a lot of Yumi. That is a lot of Yumi.
as you said, he's going for the siege elephants,
Yep.
upgrading his sepoys. I would assume followed by the Gurkha as well soon.
Yeah. I'd recommend Revnak maybe trying to see if he can get a few sowers in. I know he's got the 3 hussars, but just the sheer number of Yumi there.
I think it's just gonna be an infantry wall with the 2 siege
He
elephants.
has got the Mahout though. The Mahout could come in clutch, could snare, could do a great job. So that could be all that Revnak needs.
Also, Kynesie have done a great job at keeping his shrine count up. He's always on above 100 shrine population.
Yeah. What third age up option was it? Tory Gates. Was it Tory Gates, or was it?
He's one. I think Golden Pavilion, yeah.
Oh, Golden Pavilion. Sorry.
With
Yes,
Japan,
right.
you always want to age up with Golden Pavilion because of the
Yeah.
advanced arsenal upgrades you can get from there,
Yeah.
as well as the 10% aura, which he has the range
He's got on
attack.
the range, isn't he? Yeah. Does that include siege damage? Does that include from the
Yeah, I think it includes siege damage
flaming
as
arrows?
well,
Yeah.
if I correctly. Of range units. I don't know if they count as range units or not.
Yeah.
But I know if you go for this for the HP one, that is also increasing the one from the flaming arrows.
Yeah. It's like a very interesting game, but I think those siege elephants are going to be crucial here. As long as he can keep the siege elephants alive, I think Yumi's do a great job at taking down siege elephants. I've seen them before; they really do.
Yeah, siege
An
elephants
amazing
are
job
kind
at
of
taking them
weak
down.
if it comes to getting killed by like anything really. Getting killed by goons, by range infantry, by Corvorans.
Here we go, getting stuck in, trying to snare with the Explorer. And also
Not
the
a bunch
Hussars
of
here trying to tank.
anti-cavalry here. Only a bunch of Ashigara that like 10.
He's going to just go back, retreat, take a couple more shrines.
His
And there we
playing is
go.
really
The
safe.
Mansabdar unit is in now for the Gurkhas. It's going to just help him even more.
Can we spot him? Is the case.
Can we spot him? Yeah.
Weirdly.
It's really. You got to be really good to be able to micro and take him out. It's really, really hard to
You can't
figure
even
out
see him.
what one is. Yeah, I can't even see him. He's somewhere.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah, he looks identical.
I
I think
know,
he's got a
right?
stripe on his arm or something. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So really difficult to spot. You got to have a good eyesight to be able to spot them. But look, another 10 Gurkhas coming across to join.
Yeah,
And looks like he's going for the Yumi upgrade, the Yumi bow upgrade. I think Kinesi's going for
plus 2
there.
line of sight, I think, in range. Yeah. And plus 15% hit points.
So he's really going all out. I think he definitely needs to start getting some cav involved, I think. A little bit of sower action or elephant action to try and snare the Yumis, I think. Just to stop them doing the amount of damage that they are. He's got special boots, says Kartoffel. The Mansabdar Gurkha. He has some special shoes.
Special boots.
It's so hard to see, though.
Special boot? Let me see the boot.
I don't know. Is Kartoffel lying?
Oh,
Does he
my
have
camera is too
boots?
fast. Oh, you're right. He's like
He's got like big Yeah,
longer pants here.
Wellington boots. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. It's still so difficult to distinguish,
You have
though.
to really zoom in for that detail.
Yeah.
Like you play like this, like mapping your units, etc. So hard.
Yeah. Looking like a really even game though. Like score is,
Yes.
you know, it's sort of moving around a little bit, but score seems to be pretty much there. Basically we've got a Unimass from Kynesie. He's got Way of the Bow. He's got a few Ashes at the back there.
I mean, those siege elephants are coming towards a lot of resources.
Yeah, those siege elephants are doing a great job. I just think he needs a little bit of cab or something. I think going Gurkha against Yumi. I don't know who wins in that, but I think
Yumi are better at 1v1. More range, more attack.
Yeah.
But he Revnak still didn't got the East Indian Company in, which boosts the combat of the Gurkhas as well as Safe Boys.
I don't know. I think he could go the 3 Nahoot card here. Would be really nice. He could go the he could go with the
Even Urumis.
Yeah, the Urumis.
He's going for this now, so
Okay, yeah. So he's upgrading all his infantry. Okay,
yeah.
so he is just constantly sticking with that infantry. He wants to really make sure that he's doing a good job. So those siege elephants are gonna have to snipe. Perfect sniping one of the one siege gone though.
One siege gone.
Damn. So I think just Kynesie doing a great job at just kiting and poking with the Yumis.
And with the flaming arrows
trying to conserve his flaming arrows.
He cancelled the shipment again and went for the Mahoots. For the 2 Mahoots, not the 3.
Oh, he went for the 2 Mahoot, not the 3. Interesting. Do they require different amounts of food?
Yeah, the 2 one is like 350 and the 3 one is 1000.
Oh my god.
That's
okay,
like a huge difference.
That's insane. I never knew there was that much difference between them. Okay, so switch to the Brits, increase the HP of infantry, and now we're getting just a bunch more musks coming out. But this is a force here.
Mansap does Seaboy as well.
Yeah, going all out with just heavy and light infantry.
Yeah, that's how the matchup usually plays out. Like a bunch of upgrades, stacking up upgrades, going for your Seaboy Gurkha.
Yeah. This is going to be very interesting. But I feel, is Kynesie running out of resources at the moment? Or is he still being able to...
He still can ship the...
Oh, he's got the cherry orchards, yeah.
His mine is running out. He still has this tin mine, 1.4k.
Okay.
And he's sort of walling himself towards this 3rd mine here.
I feel like the late game is not going to go well for Kynesie, so he really needs to do something soon. Because Revnak has so much control. He's got like 70% map control. He's got all the hunts. He's got all the gold. And, you know, Kynesie will soon start to...
All the hunts,
he's got so much. He's soon going to start to run out.
And now he has done the mistake. Not a single handicap unit here.
Oh, this is going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's going to be very brutal.
Oh, he needs to get that gate down.
Plus 11 everywhere.
Yeah, those Gurkhas are get that siege elephant on the gate.
Arrow's also gonna go down.
It's just, these Veals are there as well.
Yeah,
Kynesie's Veals chopping the wood. I don't know if he's actually seen it, but there's like 6 or 7 Veals right near where the Gurkhas are, and he's not going to get them back in time. He's going to lose all those Veals. Oh, that's GG, surely.
Yeah.
That's so many Veals. Oh my god. Although the Flaming Arrow's doing a good job there, but... Oh my god.
He tried it as best as he could.
Mahoots are in with barely any health. Oh, they both go down.
And Lionel gone there. This siege elephant is really MVP here in this matchup. He's been around for like 5 minutes. Or 10 even.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very interesting game here, but honestly, I don't think Kynesie is going to be able to come back from this. I mean, losing like 7 Veals or 8 Veals Just pretty much going mass Yumi. I mean, it's just not going to work. I mean, he's got to think of something else here.
A lot of difference. 40 builds against 52. I mean, he still has grinds, but it's not gonna be enough for.
He's getting in now. Gate is down, moving in, and all he needs is to get some good snares on those Yumis, and that's it. There's nothing much.
Just gonna attack move and win the game up from this point here.
Yeah, a good old shoot, move forward, love it. Beautiful micro from Revnak. Yumi's still doing a good job, but it's just...
He's utilizing the walls really great. Like moving the Yumi again out of the wall so he can
just staying under the gate and dancing around the gate. That's quite good, yeah. Just needs to get some... That's it. Oh, goodbye, Yumi.
Oh, well.
Goodbye, Yumi. Oh, there's the GG. He was just going to get pincered. He just didn't want to see it. He didn't want to see it. He just had to GG there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He wanted to save the slaughter of the Yumi.
That was, yeah. I wouldn't want to see that if I was Kynesie either. That was a good game there from Revnak. So that's the GG, yeah, definitely, lads. So that means that Revnak takes the second game?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
1-1. 20 euros each at the moment.
Yeah. So the score gap is really not that high. Only 1k around.
Laz says, "Where is everyone? This is a great matchup." I don't know, Laz. Just how it is. We've got good people in. We've got 16 strong. That's good. That's nothing to be sniffed at. Yeah, it'd be good if we've got a water map. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah, seeing both of them.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the resources.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
The entire game. That's when you ship the crates, I think.
Yeah. That is a sign of high-level players there. Maintaining macro, eco throughout. Look at that. Beautiful. He's only at the end there where he unfortunately lost the 8 vills.
Yeah, here.
Was where it sort of went a little bit wrong. But look at that. Absolutely perfect. A real sort of... I think Kynesie's problem was just surrendering too much of the map, I think.
Yeah, he sacrificed too much for the age up.
Yeah, I mean, he went for the age up, but I mean, how much time was it between the two age ups there? Age 3, the 2 age 3s there. Not
like
much.
1 minute.
Yeah, it's just not.
It's 1 minute for sacrifice the entire map.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Spread the word, Laz. Spread it to everyone. It's okay. We've got three more games to cast anyway, so there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, it's better that it's the round of 5 and not best of 5.
I thought it was best of 5. I didn't promote it as a best of 5. I just assumed that it was best of 5, but no, this is good. This is good. We got
yeah, Revnak decided that it would be better to be a round of 5, so every match matters. So I agree to that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Right, so Kynesie is now to pick up a map. And it is indeed a water map. Look at that.
Okay, there you go. Who said they wanted a water map? Who was it? Yeah, Julian Pasha wanting that water map. Well, you've got it. This could well be one.
Yeah, indeed.
Whether or not they use the water is another question.
Kynesie picked up... He lost the round, yeah. So he picked up Mexicans as counterpick towards the Germans.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting matchup. I think it's going to be difficult for Germany again. It all depends on how Kynesie plays this, whether or not he's going to be going for the good old FI again, or whether he's going to be doing a slightly different build. But I think either way, I think it's going to be difficult because, you know, Revnak will rely a lot on the Ulans. Potentially, but I mean, I don't know. He could go for maybe like a rush or something. I mean, Germany
maybe the tower rush, where you go for the outpost and the 200 coin.
Yeah, I think honestly that's the only real way to try and deal with an FI is to try and rush it, or just try and get into age 3 and get some colves and try and anticipate what your opponent's going to do. I would say getting skirms and colves and stuff like that is probably another option of trying to deal with it. But it is so strong that it is hard to try and deal with. So it'd be interesting to
Yeah.
see what Revnak's going to do.
I mean, Germany has the Jaeger shipment that's gonna utilize some point. They work really well against these soldados.
Ashana in chat saying FI. I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, we'll see. We'll see once Kynesie gets his deck in. We'll see.
Oh no, he has it.
FI water. Okay.
He has a
So,
17 fishing balls. It's really
yeah, that's
strong.
absolutely nuts, that card. That is a crazy ass card.
Frigate.
17 fishing boats.
PCs.
I mean, that's basically, I don't know how many equivalent vils that is, but it's just nuts.
Yeah.
17 fishing boats
incredible.
is probably like, I don't know, what, 13, maybe 12, 13 vils? I don't know. It's crazy.
Now, on the other hand, Revnak is really standard. Like as standard as you can get. Villains,
Yeah.
war wagons, skirms.
I'm really interested to see. This is going to be an interesting game. I think he's got to. I think once he's seen his deck, he has to rush at me. He's got to try and stop him from getting into age 4 because he's probably seen that he's got 17 fishing boats and he's probably going to go. There's an age up that you go into age 2 and it's the one for it's the water age up. I think it's the third option.
Mexico. I think it's a third.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the third option, and it gives you that 500 XP, and it gives you the 2 docks. I think it's a card that gives you 2 docks.
Yeah, it gives you 2 docks and 1 fishing boat each shipment you have sent so far.
Oh, look at that! I love that. Look at that card already. Kynesie is anticipating raids.
Yeah.
So he's going for the. I've never seen this, so I want to see how strong this cannon attack is. For the TC. So he's already anticipating that he's going to be probably rushing. He's going to be trying to raid and try and disrupt as much as possible. So that's probably a really good choice there that Kynesie's gone for.
Like
but
the only thing that
he's
would
going
have
for the market again.
Yeah, going for the market
TP.
and TP again.
Yeah.
Was it the what age up? Nikochian or?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's the water age.
I'm really bad with the names, so
sense.
I'm relying on you.
Yeah. I think he is. You'll see when he gets into the next stage. You'll be able to see what cards they are.
But yes, 30 attack the bombard.
What was that? Sorry.
Well, it's 30 attack with the bombard with 1 AoE, right?
Yeah. But I think that scales obviously for every villager you have in it, right?
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I mean, isn't it 12 attack for every villager?
It does not require two garrison setters to be used. Huh. I wonder if this like is a separate attack, like a fort, or if it is like a conversion, where your rifle attack gets conversioned to.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. So it's got to scale with the villagers, surely, because only 30 damage that's not enough. What is the maximum amount of damage a TC can do? Surely not.
No, maximum is like 75 without.
Yeah. It's got to scale with settlers, surely. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Indeed. And Dory says it's indeed the water age up, so now we know for sure.
Yeah.
Going for the Dobbs. Interesting first shipment here. Going for the Dobbs instead of like wood or anything else.
Or like.
So it is the tower rush.
Okay. Maybe he's going to use it to siege down the TP.
Yeah, maybe.
A good unit to siege. Potentially. With 30 vils, the damage to TC is 300. Wow.
That's a bit overkill, isn't it?
But I guess it is. You are using a card though, so it does make sense. They've got to get some value from the card. I mean, it is a very good card. to deal with any sort of rushes. And we are going to see it right now in action. Ulans are coming in.
83 attack, 190. Holy. It's like two-hitting the villains here.
Yeah, that's insane. And Revnak getting the hell out of there with his Ulans.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what
But
he's
barely
done.
survived even.
And he's gone ahead and revolted now.
Yeah.
So has Kynesie gone for the cheap revolt card, or has he missed that because of the... Yeah, I think he's sacrificed it, isn't he? Or is he going to get that probably... Yeah, obviously we can't see his original deck now. I don't think he did. I think he just went
I don't
for
think
the
he
Palace
just
of
went for
whatever.
the... I think he just went for the bombard attack.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if he is actually going to try and get all the resources in to do a full return back to
outpost.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, right? The game earlier.
Yep,
So
that's
the
it,
3
yeah.
frontiers.
So yeah, so another good defensive card here. So I'm really interested to see what Kynesie's going to do. Is he going to still try and see if he can return back to Mexico? I mean, that is going to cost him the full amount, which will be 2,000 food and 1,200 gold. So that's a lot to try and macro for. So maybe he's going to stay in this age a little bit longer and see if he can actually try and challenge Revnak. Maybe.
Maybe, but he's housed. So and no
Yeah.
wood for
Yeah.
building a house.
No, it doesn't look like he is. I've just looked at his macro. Yeah, he's already got like 1,500 food. So yeah, it looks like he is actually gonna still try and get into the next stage.
I think he's just gonna utilize the build XP he's gonna get for the 700
Yeah.
coin shipment and age up with that. How much is it? 35. That's like almost.
This is what's so crazy about this. Like you've got all these options of being able to easily defend too easily. Like if you go FI, you're going greedy, right? So it's got to be really difficult for you to defend. But
Yeah,
these
it
cards
used to
just
be.
allow you to defend so easily. But we do see a nice little siege though from Revnak there, using the pikes and the doppels. And there you go, just gonna
He's a
literally
5k
pile
coin map even
everyone.
in space. Like the perfect map for like fast industrial.
Yeah, he's got his gold in literally the juiciest spot ever,
Yeah.
right there next to his towers. And
town
he's just
center.
gonna put all vills on. He's not even gonna bother building a house. He's just gonna be getting all that gold in to age up.
Revnak himself doesn't seem like he's going to age up anytime soon, since he's going for the settler wagons.
Yeah. Revnak trying to see what he can do.
Yeah, it's really hard to push into 3 frontier outposts, as well as a town center with like 200 attack and more.
Laz saying this is so over. Yeah, I think honestly, you have to get into age 3 because you've got to anticipate that they're going to be getting those outposts down, right? So you've got to have some sort of artillery. You can't walk in there with units because they're just going to get shot down by the TC, by the outposts. So you have to go age 3 to try and deal with it.
The common knowledge is that they think they can rush it, but you can't. You need a whole lot of siege.
Yeah.
So you need to either go fortress yourself or even go industrial as well.
Yeah.
You want to have any chance.
Yeah, so Dory's saying the USA have the same outpost card in Age 3, but the difference is the time. You know, Mexico's able to get it quickly. Indeed.
And the other difference is that the cathedral can heal up all of these buildings at once, even if they get sieged down at 0.25 per second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting the cathedral card now as well, so he's getting another... Yeah, because he hasn't got access to all the TPs.
Yeah, so
he's
it's just
getting that
gonna
also
ship to cathedrals, and it's gonna be like 2 XP per second for each cathedral, I think.
Yeah. So he's going to be getting 4 XP a second. How much XP a second do you get on TPs? Do you know? Roughly. I don't know. It's got to be more than 1 XP.
No, it's
second,
more than
right?
1. I think it's like
I know that it
1.5.
passes, but like, yeah, what's the average? Good to know.
I think Warrior Priest was considered like half, 80% of a TP, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe like, I think 1.5 is like the average.
Mexico isn't broken. ...
Totally not.
Is that yeah? ... Advanced artillery and FF with mortars, maybe.
It could be.
Yeah,
I think with
you can't FI against Mexico. It's impossible. You know they'll be in your base before you even get into a. You just can't do it. So your option is try and do a really good Age 2 rush if you can, which you probably won't be able to, or go Age 3.
he's sending it.
Age 3 is your only answer.
I'm gonna have a look on the water. Is there any fishing boats coming?
Jesus. Yeah, he's gonna probably use that just to constantly get food.
Yeah.
I'd say.
The thing is, what is Revnak gonna do against this? He doesn't have any water shipments. So it's essentially like 17 wilds, which cannot be raided, cannot be idle.
He's getting into the next stage. He is doing a good job with sort of sacrificing a few pikes, getting in there and sieging and trying to just really, really contain Kynesie. So he is doing a good job there, but you know, he needs to get into. He's getting into Age 3 now, which is good. I think he's gone with the fast age. So
Yeah,
his priority is culverins or mortars. But I don't think you can't get mortars in Age 3, can you?
You cannot. Unless you
No.
get the advanced artillery, which he is not.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I honestly don't know what he hasn't got any artillery in Age 3 as a shipment, so yeah, the Bombard TC is definitely holding here, doing a good
But the
job.
Bombard also the frontier outpost.
Yeah,
Everything combined, and the outposts do more damage against cavalry, so it's like the effective counter against Germany.
yeah.
I think 1k coins, so he's going for a fast industrial follow-up by himself.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like he's trying to see if he can get in the industrial. So I think what he's done is he's done a good job of trying to just distract, taking down as many buildings as possible with the units that he's got, whilst also trying to get into Age 4 now as quickly as he
Or
can.
not, he's changed his map.
Oh, he's switched it.
Yeah, 1k wood.
Oh my god.
But the issue is this year, 17 unraidable fishing boats.
Yes, this is also a thing. If he had like an anti-water deck, or if he had something available like that, that would have been brilliant. Being able to put like a military ship straight in there and being able to deal with those boats, that would be really good.
Yeah, like every ship in descent, this card gets stronger and stronger the longer he waits. But
Yeah, then you can just do it again, and you can basically have like 30, or like 30 fishing boats or something stupid.
You can have like 30 fishing boats without even making a single one. I would love to see this card coming now.
Hey, Chiz is in. Should have just committed to FI, wasted so much tempo. Yeah, I'm so confused about that. That's such a strange thing why he switched. He had all the food. So what's he spending his food on? Oh, he's used a bit of it for Stagecoach.
He's upgrading the stage because he's trying to get the 4 TPs. But the 4 TPs will not be as much valuable as the 17 fishing boats.
Yeah, I disagree with this. He was perfectly. I think he could have got into Age 4 in time.
Yeah, and look at this. Even the 3 town centers here with the bombard attack each. They delayed Age 4 for Stagecoach. I don't think it was worth it.
No. I mean, he's ahead in score, you know. Oh well, it keeps dancing around a lot, but they seem to be quite even in score. But I think it's where did he get those TCs from?
It's a 2 TC card they have in Age 4. 2 covered wagons.
Ah, right. Okay, the 2 covered wagons. Yep. Okay. So not going too heavy on the military this time, going more of an eco route. And it's just insane the amount of fishing boats
like
getting all that food in.
So half of it is fishing boats, but he's actually making more from the dock here. He's playing the Mexicans like Portuguese, right, on water.
Yeah, it's sort of similar, very similar. Yeah. Um, we do see a force now coming from the north though, a bunch of skirms and pikes, and he's got some ulans coming in as well. But
Yeah.
I think he's going to need coals. He's going to either need to get into H4 or he needs to start getting some coals, I think, to try and deal with the heavy cannons there.
Yeah, I think the point when you reach H4, it's gonna be already over. That's because it's getting off the eco. Like, the Revnak only has 1 TC, and this 1 TC is idle. If we look at Kynesie's side, he has 3 TCs, a 4th TC with the dock here. And he already has a bunch of shipments sent in H4 as well.
Yeah.
It looks like fall on steroids. That kind of does. Not gonna
That's
lie
it.
there.
Dory says, could Germany have a little chance with the war wagons buffed? They are so tanky and they're good versus artillery. I probably wouldn't say. I mean, to be honest, I mean, even if he's going against like soldados, and he's probably going to be going against soldados, they're just got such high damage against anything. I think honestly, they will probably beat the war wagons anyway. I just think they wouldn't be too bad of a unit to go against Mexico with, but I still think the soldados are just so damn good. that
They
it's
would
just-
lose 1-on-1 to Soldados, I think.
Yeah,
But
we do see now a lot of
a
lot
bunch
of
of
artillery.
Corins. He has enough to one-shot. One volley.
Yeah, he does.
the
That's
heavy
good.
cannon.
That's good. That's very, very good. Yeah, so this could be the thing that brings Revnak more into the game here. And what's that card he's going for there?
It's Winged Hussars.
That's it, yeah.
It's essentially like Hussars, but it's, I
10
think, plus
guard
10%
guard.
attack and HP as well.
That was a really good shot with the Coles, though, making sure to,
Next one down.
Oh, nice. 2 cannons down, which is absolutely great. If he can
Yeah.
get rid of the artillery, he's in a good position. He's got a lot of skirms there, and they'll be able to actually.
And he got
clear
a
up these
huge,
soldados.
massive army out as well. Bunch of skirmishers, Yolans, a bunch of Cav is coming now as well.
This is looking a little bit better for Revnak, even though Kynesie has basically dominated the water. He seems to be doing a good job with the engagements, using his colts well. And it's putting Kynesie in a sticky situation. He's got, Revnak's got all the TPs as well. He's only got 2 cathedrals that are actually giving him XP for more cards. So, yeah, now he's going for war wagons, which is a good choice.
Coverins and Dragoons.
Dragoons.
Interesting.
I don't think there's enough cav there to warrant the Dragoons, to be honest. Because he's got so many
I think I
skirms
would have
and
liked the Lancers here better. As there's a bunch of infantry here.
Oh, there's the winged hussars.
Yeah, the Winged Hussars.
Nice. Coming in. So
Without
he's
wings.
got to be careful with the Dragoons there, but I think he's got enough skirms to be able to try and deal with them and make
Yeah,
sure
it's
that-
only H3 Dragoons, so not too scary
Yeah.
to compare them to like H4 guard upgrades.
Comandante.
He's going for the factories now, and oh yes, he's doing this what I wanted to see, building a dock and a frigate.
Nice. That's a good idea, yeah, because that's going to challenge the water, deny him of those. And once those fishing boats are down, it's pretty much GG for Kynesie. That's pretty much the majority of his eco for his food and everything. So if that can be dealt with, that's great. Ashana saying, yeah, they've got no wings. They don't have any wings, do they? They're just
Yeah,
hussars,
but there's
they're
like
called
a
winged
community
hussars.
mod which adds wings to them.
All right, okay, that's cool. There's such a mass here
Yeah, it's a
from Revnak.
huge mass of Cav, war wagons, culverins, everything.
He's basically got every type of unit
Yeah,
available.
essentially. He could even buy it.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Gotta have some really good micro here.
that was on
This
even
would just
too.
be too much for me.
Literally has every single unit you can make. Skirms, crossbows, pikemen, dobs, Ulans, wing hussars, everything. In fact, Kynesie is counteracting to the frigate by a frigate of himself. Too.
Yeah. So he's getting one in to try and see if he can compete with the other one there.
The thing is, the culverins are gonna melt every ship.
Yeah, if he can just get those culverins over there to help as well.
I don't think he has heated shot, right? I don't see an arsenal.
No, there's no arsenal yet from him.
Like, heated shot adds another multiplier against ships.
Getting an arsenal would be a good thing because he could get the marksman upgrade or the skirm upgrade to really
Yeah, the
help
scum
against
upgrade,
all
the
those.
cap upgrade, everything.
Yeah. So he's actually got two frigates against one frigate. There is another one on the way though.
He has mortars even. Mortars and
Yeah.
culverins. They're gonna...
Yeah, the mortars and coals
those
are going to
hit the
be able
car.
to deal with it. He needs to get back here actually. Otherwise,
Yes,
that's
you can
gonna
see
be,
he's running for his life.
Yeah. He's losing the fishing boats in the process of trying to run away.
He's getting the plating for the ships.
Yeah, and that is looking very rough there. But once again, score's still sort of the same. But I mean, we kind of just need that deciding battle here to see who's actually going to win this. I think losing the water for Kynesie now is really going to put him on the back foot. So he needs to try and think of something to do here. We do see some dragoons coming up.
Yeah, I think the water is lost.
Yeah, another
Completely.
frigate coming on the way now for Revnak, and the fishing boats just jumping ship, literally jumping ship to get into another building.
And he's got a bunch of coverings of himself now. Four, I think.
Oh yeah, nice little snipe there at the top. Seeing that those coals are going to push out there, and yeah, Kynesie doing a great job at finding those and poking them, taking them down. Nice job.
Yeah, but Revnak is still only on 1 DC, whereas Kynesie is like on 3 DCs since 5 minutes, 6 minutes even.
Yeah.
I don't think he even needs a wall ego anymore. He's on 83 volts, 84.
What's he got there? Factory, yeah.
The
Okay,
factory,
makes
which
sense.
in
Yeah.
also all those upgrades are for free.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, he's gone for that one.
I never knew it arrived that fast. It arrived with like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a quick arrival, that one, yeah.
Ah, I didn't know.
He's got so many, like, yeah, we just need to get stuck in. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Let's get the fight. Let's see what's going to happen here. You know, we've got Kynesie here absolutely maxed out. I'm sure now Revnak is maxed.
Yes. Plus
Pretty much nearly there. Yeah, he's got double factories as well. He's getting the culverin upgrade. He's getting the factory upgrade.
And
Just needs to
Revnak
make a
has to
decision.
do something really quick. Because he's like half the eco compared to Kynesie.
Yeah, that's true. He needs to be careful because, you know, Kynesie will be able to start being able to remass a lot quicker. If Revnak does lose this fight, then he's going to be in a worse situation because you know, as you mentioned, he's only got 45 vils. He's got a lot more military, so hopefully with that number, he'll be able to deal with Kynesie here.
At 11 wheels to that count, so 56, but still nothing compared to the
Yeah.
88. But sooner or later, Kynesie has to switch to AoEIIIDE.
Yeah, he's got to do it. He's got to do it. And
He's
he's
like,
going to have to pay
no
full
one's-
price for them. He hasn't got the land grab card, obviously, so he's going to have to pay the full 600 wood.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
But they are still worth it. Think about it. You know, they're an estate, they're a mill, they're livestock
And they are
pen,
still
they're-
getting their 1 trickle, 1 food per second, or
yeah,
0.8
you know, and still for
points.
600 wood, it's still way worth it, even with that. So, and here we go. The coal's popping off, taking.
Like a Gatling gun.
Yeah. Overshooting quite a lot there, using all 4 shots to take out 1 mortar. I think that was.
Separately even. Like 1, 1, 1, 1.
Oh, there's so many coals moving up in the
Yeah.
back there.
Wing Plus approaching, guard warring is approaching.
Oh,
Every single cannon has gone down.
he's doing a great job at using the cav to sort of tank.
Yeah,
dipping
now
the
his
cav in
captain
and out.
just moved out.
And just the sheer amount of coals has done a great job at clearing up pretty much everything. But we do see some dragoons coming, see if they can try and get a few pick-offs of the coals.
Also,
And
two
look,
high
some
grades
insurgents come in there as well. And there's aggro down there with the pikes from Revnak as well.
everywhere.
Those SARs just going straight in on the goons there.
Now they don't care.
Do you see the soldados now sort of trying to get
Yeah.
around the back here, see if they can try and take out some of the coals. But there's just quite a few skirms there, and the war wagons have got quite
Both
high
can't
damage.
infantry
They can do a
rifling,
good
so
job.
that's a whole lot of attack they got.
Nice cold micro, definitely, yeah. I think artillery units, I mean, we all know one of the most annoying units to be able to micro in this game.
Yeah.
So, you know, having really good micro with those is key. And I think he's got like 4 or 5 upgraded culverins here, culverin royales there. Doing a great job.
I think he even got
trading there.
the more range from the arsenal.
I think is that 5 mortars? Oh my
Yes,
god,
it
5
needs
mortars coming in.
5 mortars.
All right, this is it.
You got every single upgrade that you can get from the arsenal, I think. 16 range. Yeah, counter infantry rifling, more range from the culverins.
And what's the water situation like? What are we looking like on the water right now?
What else
Okay, so
can
sort of
Pyramid?
yeah, so he's not actually pushing forward there. I think because he's got an outpost and there's a TC there, so he can't really push in any further. And now you see the assault going in with the mortars.
Focusing
Oh,
the market, as you can see here, preparing while.
and there it is, the GG.
They did quads.
Wow.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. I honestly, I did not expect that. I thought he was going to lose it. I thought not going for that 1,000 gold and switching out for the 1,000 wood when I thought he was going to go into industrial. I thought that was a big mistake, and I thought that was going to lose him the game. But I think Kynesie went too greedy. I think he should have
Yeah.
gone more military units earlier in industrial and pushed.
I think it just went too heavy on water. Like, it would have been enough. It would have sent in the 70 fishing boats and later on the fisherman card here.
Yeah,
That would be totally enough.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Buff Mexico says cheers.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Definitely.
proof right here that Mexico definitely
Yeah.
needs some buffs here.
Mexico is weak, confirmed. There he is, Revnak. Sup, man? Yeah, so
Makes it
interesting
even
game,
faster.
I think.
Make it like a 6-minute fast industrial.
Yeah, that's it. I think Kynesie, I think he went maybe a little bit too greedy here. I think he went a bit too overboard, especially with going with more TCs. Could have used that card to get more military out, and maybe pushed Revnak before he started to get into H4, and that would have been it. I think he just gave him too much time, and
Yeah.
he managed to secure a lot of the map. He secured the whole TP line. He then took out a lot of the fishing boats. So I think it was just a little bit too greedy on Kynesie's part, I think.
Yeah, for sure. But Kynesie is known for his water play, so he's known for being greedy.
Yeah. Not good army micro. Potentially. I think it was just really good Culverin micro from Revnak, to be honest.
Yeah, Revnak's micro overall has been on point lately. I'm watching his streams a few times, but
Yeah.
he's microing his units very well.
Very, very good. Yeah, a good job being able to constantly roll those culverins forward, picking off the enemy culves, and then taking out the Faust. Just doing a really good job. Because at the end of the day, when you go fast industrial as Mexico, if you can deny the heavy cannons and the falconets, it really does put Mexico in a sticky situation. All they're left with are the soldados, which are a good unit, but as long as you've got skirms, you can pretty much clean it up and deal with it, and then they'll start to run out of cards, as we saw there. I think it was just a lack of XP as well. Having 2 cathedrals was great, but it just wasn't enough XP constantly to be able to get those
You can
cards out
see
on
at
time.
the XP graph. Where was it here? XP total.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Kynesie's actually getting a lot more XP.
Yeah, because of the XP, which you get from age up. Like 1000 you get from aging up to 4.
Yeah,
Which is insane for speed, for tempo.
kind of crazy.
I think this is also way too good, the XP per age.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that as well. I think building like the haciendas, building the cathedrals, all of that stuff grants you that extra XP as well. And I think it really gives you a huge amount of XP, so you can get a lot of cards in. So yeah, I think that coupled with really strong cards in Age 4 as well make Mexico pretty damn strong. But Revnak managed to deal with it, so congrats. Good game. And I think that's now 2-1 to Revnak.
Yeah, it is indeed. 2-1 to Revnak.
Nice. Right.
All right, back to the game, right?
Game 4, yeah. Let's get back into it. Let's keep up with the tempo.
Okay,
What have we got
so
here?
Kynesie picked another water map with TPs on the north and the south side. Revnak picked Mexico this time as first pick. And
Okay.
Kynesie counterpicked with Brits.
That's a good counter pick, I think.
Yeah, I think Revnak mentioned this, that Brits is a solid counterpick against Mexico because they have musketeers, and you only need Culverins and musketeers essentially to counteract the army of the H4 Mexicans.
Yeah. I think also French is a viable pick as well. I think I think that French and Brits are, maybe even Germany as well, as we've just seen. I think a lot of the stronger civs that we all know are going to be the ones that are probably going to be the best bet against trying to deal with Mexico. But we'll see what Kynesie does here. I mean, what do you think? What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to try a bit of a rush, like an Age 2 sort of push to try and stop Revnak doing anything like any fast industrial or anything like that? What do you think is going to happen?
One thing for sure is that we're going to see a Virginia company boom, since he's going for like a market.
Yeah.
They start with the market, right? No, they do not.
No, I think this is. I don't know what this is. This is like, yeah, I don't know. Is this like a new sort of thing, like going a bit like delaying?
He's going even greedier.
Age up.
A market, a trading post, as well as manor house.
Yeah, I don't know. This is very strange. I never see a market and a TP combined as a normal thing to do. To be honest, it's kind of
it's
a bit unusual to me.
Same for me. I usually either go a house and a TP, or like a market and a house, or 2 manors, depending on the situation.
Yeah, Sketchy saying that a rush won't work versus Mexico. Yeah, I mean it probably won't, but I mean there's got to be a rush out there that can deal with it. What about the Baja California rush? I know we're not doing a Mexico versus Mexico, but maybe the Baja California revolts.
I mean, the Baja California is the build that Revnak did with the Falconets and the Pet Huts,
Yeah.
which work against like other Mexicans. It was quite entertaining to watch as well.
I always go 2 manas as Brit. Yeah, I see a lot of people go 2 manas. I don't really understand the maths behind it or the science behind what the best way is. Some people go for a TP. Some people go for 2 houses. Some people go for a TP and a house. Who the hell knows?
Oh, thanks,
Yes,
Gimmick,
the
for the raid.
Defense, yes.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Gimmick coming
1v1
in. There we
mates.
go. Welcome, Gimmick and Party, to the 4th game out of 5 between Kynesie and Revnak.
Let's go straight ahead for the independence movements.
Yep, looks like he's going for a good old naked FI. He knows it well.
Yeah.
Or is he? Or is he going to go for... No, I think he'll just sort of... he's just going to go for the... I don't know what the 1v1 S means. Maybe Revnak can let us know. Let us know in chat. What does that S mean in the name of your deck there, good sir? It'd be great to know. Looks like he's gone water there as well.
Yeah, he has loops and a bit of water defensive cards.
Yeah, like anti-water there. He hasn't got the 17 fishing boats.
Yeah.
So he's
He
not
has got
fully
the
committed to that.
Grenadiers. Maybe Soldados. That's what that's because he has the
Probably C. Yes, very well done, Gimmick. Great powers of deduction. I like it. Could be 1v1s. It could be, yeah. But there's a space between the 1 and the S. So
yeah.
it's got to mean something, right? It might mean C.
Either C or Soldados. We're gonna see.
Yeah. Probably C, yeah. But I completely forgot they're playing on the same map. I didn't even realize that. Okay.
It's not the same map. It's a different one.
Oh, it is a different map, but it's very
Yeah.
similar.
It's very similar.
It is very similar.
Because
That's like nearly identical.
yeah, it's nearly identical, but there are like 2 TPs and
Yeah.
Let's check here.
So what's he aging with, Revnak? Is he going for? Let's have a look there. What's his age up option? So
wait, also Brits age up with naturalists, I think.
maybe.
Yeah, the naturalist.
Usually it's the
2 cows
naturalist
and
or
2
the
bills.
governor, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
go for
he's
the greedy option.
naturalist. Yeah.
And Revnak is going up with the water option.
Oh,
Actually.
the Cortero. That's the that's the textiles, I think.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
the one.
that's the other one. Yeah, that's the reforms card and the
Yeah, it's the one which
hacienda
gives the
option.
housing population and
Yeah. See, I don't understand, like, Revnak, if you're in chat, I don't understand the reasoning behind this age up, because you're not going to be getting any benefit from the reforms card, because you're going to be, yeah, see, there you
it's
go. You've
because
just
this
revolted.
of the reforms.
Yeah, it says your next federal state, but you're not. Your plan is to return back to Mexico, which is
It's
not a
because
federal
of
state
the
option.
second thing. Next barracks upgrade is free. So you can upgrade your soldados for free to guard status.
Yeah, but that's next upgrade. Surely that'll only go up to veteran, though, won't it?
Yeah,
Or
but the
do you-
veteran is
I
not
see.
really expensive.
Oh,
It's
I
only
see what you're saying. I see what you're
100
saying.
res.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe that's the reason why.
I mean, there's no really other age up you can really go for. Like, that's the one that gives you 350 food for each hacienda you have. Then there's the
Yes,
other one,
yeah.
which gives you the ranged attack when you garrison them inside.
I was drunk. Sorry, went random state. It was 2 a.m.
Random state.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Okay, fair enough. It's not a bad one to go for. I think the better one maybe is the textiles card, but that's whether or not you want to go full haciendas.
Just kidding.
Oh, you're joking. I wouldn't put it past you, Revnak. I wouldn't put it past you.
And look at the line of sight. Let us look at the line of sight, yes. It's like half
Oh,
lucky.
right, okay.
But you went for the VC.
I was just reading Dory there. He's saying when you actually return back to Mexico, I think you get double the experience of crates. That's true, actually. You do get that. So maybe okay, maybe that is a benefit. You go the reforms card before you return back to Mexico, so you get double XP. That's okay. That's fair enough then. Maybe that is a good option to go. So let's get back into this. So what's Revnak doing now? So he's gone Central America, and he's now
Yeah.
going for his 700 wood.
Interesting. So he's not shipping them for the XP. So he's just
Yeah, I
shipping
think-
them for the Royal Guard upgrade then, the card.
Yeah. I think he's probably gonna. If he is gonna ship it, he's probably gonna ship that reform card a lot later on in the game. I think he's now going for. Yeah,
For
he's
the
now
wood.
returning back to
Going back to Mexico,
Mexico.
shipping the wood for the
shipping the
houses
wood
and
for the
rexes.
the barracks, and the infrastructure.
And for the guard upgrade, I think he's gathering the 200 coin for that.
Revnak saying the only reason I went fourth state is because Yukati told me it was the best.
I mean, it's sort of true. I have a mate of me who is also edging always up with this option.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't. I mean, I do an interesting option that I've promoted on my channel, which is the one that Garge has sort of found, which is the one where you go for the Javelineer Insurgent sort of timing attack.
Yeah,
you go for the Mayan option, which is the one you mentioned, when you get 350 food per hacienda, and you can get 2100 food if you have max haciendas, and it's kind of crazy. That's if you want to play H2. If you want to play H2 a bit more.
Right, so we're gonna see Musketeers and Covenants, I think.
Yeah, so we do see. Is this like an FF? This is.
Yeah, it's like the Virginia
This is
Boom
Brits.
FF we went for.
Yeah.
Three
Okay,
birds,
so
yeah, like 4
Brits
shipments.
trying to do their FF here, but you can see even with an FF, a strong sort of FF from Brits, they're going to hit it just over 8 minutes, and we're going to see that Revnak is already in Age 4. And that just shows you the.
It's
kind
gonna
of
get another 2
insane
shipments because of
strength.
the XP.
Yeah. Yep, he's getting that good old juicy card that we all love, the 9 Soldado with the 2 Falcons coming in.
Indeed. I'm a
Starting to
bit
get
too
the
strong even.
upgrades.
Oh, he's getting fucked off himself.
Okay, he's getting Falcons and training Falcons.
So maybe he's trying to push before he gets all the deadly mass.
You start to see them rolling out, and now he's going for the. That's the Chinacos
Yeah.
with a mortar card. Okay, so maybe anticipating some longbows potentially. The Chinacos
Maybe,
going to
yeah.
be really good for that, and the mortar's obviously just going to be good to take down the walls and get in. FF and Advanced Arsenal can't stop FI Mexico. Well, we'll see what happens here. I mean, Kynesie isn't going for any culverins as of yet. He seems to just be making a ton of falconets, so I'm not entirely sure whether or not this is going to be enough. But he does have the eco behind him. He's got a lot.
I mean, he
more to
knows what
score.
army composition Revnak has.
He must know that he's going to have soldados.
Yeah, and he
he's gonna-
does know
he's
it
gonna
for
have
sure.
some fouls.
At it now.
Yeah, Ashana saying I like the 4th or 5th choice for H2. Both are amazing. Yeah, they're the most used ones. Yeah. So the one that has the textile cards gets you 18 vills if you have max haciendas, and obviously the 4th option is the one that Revnak's used here.
Yeah.
There is the. I think there's 4 options out of the 5 are really good. I think one of them is basically pointless, but the other 4 are actually pretty good depending on what you're doing. Shinako's going in. Just basically,
cool.
they're really good
Perfect
against
timing.
Cav. Oh yeah, look at that.
Like,
Those
perfect
cogs popping
backdoor.
out, beautiful timing, and Shinakos are going to be able to pick them off though. Don't know whether
Maybe
he's
one
actually
will go
gonna
down,
lose
but
both
the
those cogs.
second one will survive, I think.
Yeah, we might be able to keep. We have rolled to the left there, trying to get it out the way of the Chinakos. And Chinakos are crazy, man. They're good against skirms. They're good against other cav. Kind of a crazy unit there, and he's actually managed to somehow survive that second cove. And looks like Revnak is sort of retreating back now with only what 3 soldados, 2 heavies.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
No, he's done a good job, Kynesie here.
But
Nice timing, yeah, definitely. That saved him. Getting those culves saved him. He needs
the
to be
assault
careful
isn't
with those
over yet.
culves, though.
Still more to come.
Yeah, he's got the mortar and coal card coming. This is going to be tricky for Kynesie to be able to deal with. But I mean, you know, this is the issue. If you sort of fail with this and you don't do enough damage, then it does become difficult because you don't have a lot of vills. You know, he's got
Yeah,
24
for sure.
vills. I mean, what's Kynesie on? What's he looking like right now?
Like 50 vills? 45
Yeah,
vills.
look at that. Yeah. So, you know, nearly double the eco.
Like, he can lose a bit of army. He can trade for this, like, days. Whereas
Maybe this is the way.
Revnak
Maybe this is the
will
way.
eventually run out of tempo. Because all the shipment has been sent. Only shipments he has is a grenade launcher, PCs, and factories.
Yeah. Everything else is sort of just upgrades and stuff like that. So he needs to really see what he can do with this stuff here. Otherwise, he's going to be in a sticky situation. And now the mortars are going heavy on the TC.
Even more covering. Better 4 out.
It's the only answer. This is the age of artillery
Yeah.
with Mexico. It's the only way to try and deal with them, especially if you're going to go FI, obviously.
Yeah, and he's just
And
completely dominating this fight.
yeah, the Musk's doing a great job. Just
The Musk
taking out
didn't
all
even
those
engage,
goals.
and all the cannons went
Rolling
down.
back the Falconets. Kynesie doing a great job with the micro there, getting the culverins out of range and just moving in the Musks. Beautiful. And just pushing forward with those beautiful blue Musks there. Look at them. What a beautiful colour. Moving forward. Oh, look at this. You love to see it.
The red coats playing blue coats.
That's it. Oh, look at that. Revnak doing his best to waddle those mortars back, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Run, boys.
Yeah, get out of there. It's way too late. I think he might be able to save one of them, but I think he's lost so
it's
much.
more
Here,
coming yet.
and yeah, look at all of that just rolling up behind the Musks.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, those soldados not
Yeah,
looking
don't
as
look
hot
factory.
right now.
And he just
There
gonna
it
call
is.
it.
The GG. Wow. These games are great, man. These are really like a roller
Yeah.
coaster. We've got up and downs.
Been down, back
Absolutely
and
insane.
forth.
Look how good they are compared to me.
Yeah, it's like you're just writing my thoughts down.
I think, yeah, I mean, this game is just clear of how important culves are when dealing with Mexico right now. You know, I think it's a bit of a shame that we haven't seen any different plays with Mexico. You know, I know that FI is like the strongest strat available to them. It would have been nice if we saw something a little bit different, you know, maybe like a Bay of California, like filibuster sort of all-in style. That would be kind of fun to see, or maybe more of a boom with the Haciendas. But you know, we've just seen the FI, which is fine. But it would have been good to see some other strats being used for Mexico.
That's what I go for in team games. Is like going for a greedy fast fortress into like revolt.
Yeah, that's interesting because you know I don't think I've never seen a Mexico player go into age 3 normally. Yeah, I've always seen them go into age 2, and then it's either they revolt. They always revolt, and it's either Central America or it's the Bay of California. And it's most of the games that I've watched, it's pretty much 50-50. You know, 50% go for the Central, 50% go for the Bay. And if you go Bay of California, you're pretty much going to stay in Bay of California because you sacrifice a lot, and
Yeah.
it's a good attack. But you know, that's what we saw. We can see that the FI it's not
beatable.
indestructible.
It's beatable with some stuff.
Yeah,
But I don't see how you beat this with like native civs besides Inca.
Yeah.
If you have like Udinese or Aztec or Lakota, it's gonna be a real problem to deal with all those cavalry cannons, artillery.
Yeah. I think it is because, yeah, I mean, I'll have to see. I mean, I am going to be returning back to Aztec and giving them a go. And there are some really good semi-FF strats you can do with Warrior Priests. So getting the max Warrior Priests, going semi-FF. There might be something in there that you could do. Maybe Arrow Knights are quite good against the units, but it's just trying to get those.
The problem with
out.
the Arrow Knights is that they are not fast. They're really slow. 3.6
Yeah,
movement
very
speed.
true.
They are clunky. They cost 2 population. They take an eternity to get the first shot off.
Maybe just a ton of coyotes. Just flood with coyotes and get behind, and they've got really good pathing, and they
I
might be
think,
able to get
honestly, against the Soldados and stuff, you can go for the Jaguar Prowler Knights.
in.
Since they have a multiplier, I think 3
That's
times
true.
multiplier against heavy infantry.
Yeah, but they are quite slow as well, aren't they?
They
They
have
are quite slow moving.
4.75 movement speed, the Jaguar Prowler Knights.
Really? What, 4.75?
Yeah, they got buffed in the Aztec rework.
Oh, Jesus.
They got made cheaper. So the cost got cut in half. So they cost now 90 food and 30 coin.
Yeah.
And they got like 0.25 movement increased.
Oh, wow.
So they might do decent against stage 4 timing.
Potentially. Let's have a look at the graphs then. Let's see how the eco went and how Kynesie did that.
Yeah. Outgather by like 50%.
Yeah.
Military wise, pretty even. Combat XP to Kynesie because of others. A trio went down.
Yeah, there it is.
And that's just
just showing that Brits are really, really strong. But I think, as I say, like, yes, we're obviously looking at extremely high level players. So like the top 5, top 10 players, and they are able to deal with these. But I think around my sort of level and people below my sort of level, I think that the FI thing is still really hard to deal with because it's just so hard microing artillery when you're just an average player. It's very hard to do so, and I think that your only answer is to go age 3 and try and get Colves or try and get something to deal with the artillery. Once you've done that and you've defeated the first wave, I think you've then got a chance. You then got a chance to beat back that FI and actually win the game.
Yeah. Artillery micro on low elo players, like around 1.2k ish, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Since most of the time, lower elo players don't even bother with making culverins and artillery. They just make infantry and cavalry.
I mean, when I play Euro civs, I do sort of try and think about it, but I don't really play Euro civs that much, to be honest. I mean, really, I just play native civs and Asian civs. They're pretty much the ones that I play. I personally find them just more interesting. I think they're a bit more diverse than the Euro civs, personally. I just don't really play them that much, to be honest.
No, I prefer the DE civ, the Asians and the native ones as well.
Yeah.
And the only really Euro civ that I find interesting is like Spain, because back in vanilla days they were like really weak.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the logistician age up just too much to ignore them.
Oh, we all love the logistician age up.
What?
I said we all love the logistician age up.
Everyone does. But well, shall we jump into the last game?
Let's do it. Last game. So that is actually 2-2. Oh my god, look at this. Going to a tiebreaker. Even though it obviously isn't sort of it's not really a best of 5, but it sort of has worked out to be a best of 5. But so each winner of the game gets 20 euros each. So obviously, Kynesie and Revnak have managed to bag themselves.
Alrighty. So on Mexican Mirror it is.
Yep. Oh, Mexican Mirror again. Jesus. I thought the rules was they could only play Mexico twice.
3 times. So once in the beginning.
3 times. Okay, right, yeah.
And then like 2 more picks available.
Right, we've got to see something different. Come on, guys. Come on. That final game, let's pull it out. Let's pull it out the bag. Let's see something different. Let's not go FI. Come on. You guys are better than this. I want to see some insane sort of Bay of California madness. I want to see some outlaw build. I want to see something interesting. Let's do it.
The camera was always this fast again.
What's that?
The camera movement. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah,
you
you've got to adjust
it
it every
always.
time. Yeah, you got to adjust it.
Ah, better.
Kevin's in the chat. Let's go, Kynesie. I'm obviously going to be a Revnak. Revnak's my main man. He's helped me out a lot when I first started playing the game. A really friendly guy, so...
They both are really friendly guys, so I'm in between the middle.
You're between the middle?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't decide whither one I want to give the win. So do we see a market and TP start again? Yeah, for Kynesie it is.
We do. Jesus Christ.
For Kynesie it is not market and TP. Look at that.
Okay. He's just going for the TP in the house.
Yeah, some diversity now.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have some minor differences.
So, I mean, Kynesie's got to be doing something different here because you know how these guys work. They're very methodical in what they do. So there's a decision here that's been made and it's different to what he's been doing. So maybe, yeah, it's going to be different. But
Maybe. But just only maybe. It's still looking like fast industrialish.
Okay, so that's Kynesie's, right? Okay,
yeah, Revnak also... I mean, he has a bit of...
This is different.
He has the plan of AoEIIIDE.
Plan of AoEIIIDE, interesting. What is
yeah, this gives you like 3 unique tags. One is that your... What is the guy called you get in H2? The hero.
Oh, you get the healer. He's like a healer and he
when your healer dies, it gets revived like a normal explorer at your church. And the other one is that your soldados get stronger. I think 20% attack, 20% HP. But they drain slower. And the last tag, I forgot which one it was.
I mean, that's insane. 20% HP and damage for them. I know they train slower, but Jesus. Is that an upgrade? So does that mean if you've got any existing soldados, they get 20% HP and damage?
Yeah, it's an upgrade.
Oh my god.
All existing and new ones get this.
That's just nuts. Surely that's way better than going for the grenade launcher option. Surely. I know it's 40% train time, but still though, that's absolutely insane. So we do see, what do we see here? We see a Ford Hacienda, and I think Revnak's basically rolling up there and noticing that he's done exactly the same. So they're going to build 2 Haciendas next to each other.
He's going for the same matchup again. Kynesie.
Revnak. Oh, okay, so Revnak's gone for 300
He's gone
wood.
300 wood. So maybe he is going for the petards build order. Maybe we are going to see it.
Yes, Squirrel, this is the last game. Yep, it's 2-2. This is the last game between Kynesie and Revnak. I'm so confused here. Because is he going to revolt and use the 300 wood to revolt? Is that what
I think so.
But why, though? Why doesn't he just do what he's done before and macro for it? I don't understand.
I guess instead of the impended movements, he's just going to send 300 wood.
Maybe that means he's going to stay in...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe we are going to see the petard build order.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna see something here that's a little bit different.
I would love that.
I would love that as well. I think I've pretty much seen every game there's been an FI involved. Whether it's both
so
people
bad.
doing it, yeah, like it's just I have had enough of the FI, especially after these 5 games. I'm never going to be doing the FI. It's just I just seen it too much.
Have you also never done the tower rush with Hauser?
The tower rush, yes, I did do that, But I didn't. Once again, I didn't like it because there wasn't any eco behind it. So if you failed, it was basically game over. Like if you did a really bad job attacking and you lost your fight, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of style of player. I like to do like a timing attack, or I like to boom a bit, or that's how I like to play my games normally, or do like a semi FF.
The semi-FF gang, I see.
That's it, yeah, the classic. Yeah, I never knew what that was when I first started playing AoE. I had no idea what people were talking about. This semi FF gang.
So I think he's going for that. Yeah, he's going for the... Oh yeah, he's doing the thing. Yeah, he's doing...
So talk me through this then. So he's using that. Where did he get that artillery foundry from? Was that from when he aged up?
It's just funny they age up. He's getting the military wagon. He's going to build an artillery foundry with that. And he's only getting food. And with this wood, he's going... With the 100, he's going to build a house. And with this wood, he's going to make a bunch of petards. And the revolutionaries only cost food, so he only has to gather food.
What do the petards cost? Though? I thought they were gold, or is it?
No, it's wood. 50 wood,
okay.
food, and 100 wood.
Oh, I see.
He's using the wood to get all the petards out.
So is he going to be going for the other car that gets you petards as well?
He's gonna ship just the
one up the top there, the one that gets you 5 soldados. Is he going to be going for Santa Maria's Fire? It's the one with the
either this
6.
or usually he's going for the falconet most of the time.
Okay, so we see a tower rush here. Or, well, not a tower rush, but we see a rush.
Yeah, we're gonna see a rush.
Petard rush here from Revnak, so really ballsy here. And I think Kynesi's still going for the FI. Is that, are we still on the track for that?
Kynesie he has sent in the...
He hasn't actually revolted yet, though.
Yeah.
He's getting the macro for it, but he's a little... I don't know whether he's a little bit behind. Oh, there's the petards. I can see them there on the right.
Yeah, he's they're on the right. They're on the right of his life.
Can you see it, though? I don't know if you can
He's
see
not.
it.
No, he hasn't seen it yet.
Oh,
now he sees it.
There it is. The Villies are going to have to fight them.
They have to will punch. He doesn't see it.
Yes.
This is he's gonna go down, is it?
Yeah, that's enough
my
petards to
goodness.
take it down, I think. Oh,
The coin is never gonna arrive.
Oh, there it is. That's
There it is.
brutal. Oh, what is
man.
Kynesie doing to deal with this now? Kynesi's actually got a couple of soldados and he's pushing the revolutionaries back.
Yeah, he's pushing it.
But that's all Revnak needs to do. He just needs
But he
to
can't.
now just...
The thing is, he can't revolt back. He has to adapt.
Oh my god, that's brutal. And now, yeah, more revolutionaries coming in.
Yeah, and those revolutionaries just gonna raid and idle the economy.
Yeah. So now he's got the gold. This is interesting. So Revnak went for a gold shipment then, and now he's getting wood. So I wonder what he's going to use the gold for. Is he going to try and age up? Is he going to try and return
maybe,
back to
but
Mexico?
the problem is his gold is here, and that's the ender.
Ah, damn. That was definitely an error. There's got to be an error there.
Well, he will not get this in time. Since the falconets are coming, as well as the revolutionaries. How much does it cost again to ship it? 200 coin? 100.
100 for a falconet. That's really good. So it's a really nice card.
Yeah, this was a build that I think is like the most efficient card of the fast industrial. And he just called it.
Oh my god.
That was such fun.
Wow. So hang on a minute. So Revnak basically takes the final game just with a good old backdoor petard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Essentially.
Absolutely
And the
brilliant.
good thing is, you can't really tell the difference from the deck. Like, you're just gonna scout the deck and just like, it's just a standard FI.
Yeah. This is the problem because, you know, the revolution, when you revolt, it gives you a whole new deck. So
Yeah,
you never know if they're going to actually do it or not. You don't know. You can't scout that. So yeah, that's actually very interesting. Maybe I should give that a go. But where was so Revnak was getting revolutionaries? He didn't have a barracks because he had the artillery foundry, so he was only getting it from his TC, right? He was making
Yeah,
revolutionaries from his TC.
from his TC. I
Yeah,
mean, you
yeah,
can't train builds anyways, so
yeah. Okay, so yeah, so it is really reliant on that, on getting the petards in and destroying the TC. I might actually give that a go, see if it actually works. I mean, it is kind of lame. It is quite
I mean,
lame-ish.
Mexico is lame. So.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody who plays the latest Civ is always classed as being lame. So, but yeah, I'll have to give that a go. Definitely. But there you go. Wow, what an absolute game.
Yeah, the last game was like maybe the best even with the betas.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, you know, if we see some different strats from Mexico, even though like it might not be as strong as the FI because we know that's probably like the strongest build. You know, I think, as I say, if you're Mexico and you're playing against another Mexico player and he's going FI, I think it's actually quite easy to deal with. I think one option is obviously doing this, trying to go for the petard rush, and I think the other option is going for the Bay of California and going for the filibusters. Revnak saying I was on voice chat with him while
Yeah,
playing.
I
I
just
didn't
read it.
realize I went on a gamble. Wow.
Ah, you won that gamble.
Yeah, absolute boss. Well done. Deserved. Definitely deserved.
Yeah, really.
GG's. There we go.
Oh, that was the last game. It didn't feel like 2 hours of casting.
No,
Felt
it
like
didn't
half an
actually went
hour.
really quickly. Yeah, it went really quickly. You know, the games didn't go on too long. They weren't too long, I would say. You know, some of them were maybe around 15 minutes, something like that. But you did have a couple of the longer games. But overall, I think that went really well. I think the ones I enjoyed the most, I think, was definitely this game, and I think it was the India versus Japan.
Yeah, this
I
one
think that
was
was,
also very great.
yeah, and also the Germany versus Mexico. I think those three were the best out of the five that I think
Yeah,
we watched.
was a really great comeback. From Revnik it was, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Revnik
yeah.
was
So
Germany.
Revnak doing a good job on all three of those games. So really good job. And Kynesie, a really awesome opponent, right down to the wire. Awesome. You're
Yeah.
definitely right, Revnak, when you said they were good games. Our conclusion with Kynesie was Age 3 is more scary than FI because Cold Mass counters FI. Yeah. Yeah, when you say Age 3, you mean Age 2 Revolt, don't you? Yeah. It's annoying they say Age 3 because it's like, well, what do you mean? Did you revolt to Age 3 or? Yeah, I see
I
what you're
think
saying.
he means in general, like H3 against like the Mexican fast industrial.
Yeah. I think it is the Colves. If you can get the Colves out and you can micro them well, I think you win. I think you win against the FI. I think it still is too strong though. I think it's still a little
Yes,
bit.
that's way too fast.
Yeah. It's just too fast. I think it's either too fast or the cards are too powerful.
It's like the
One of the
mix
two.
between speed,
Yeah.
cost reduction, and powerful shipments.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think we need clarification about how to say it. I think when you say maybe like Age 3 Revolt, yeah, an Age 3 Revolt, or maybe Revolt into Age 3. I don't know. It is annoying to try. It can get confusing. That's the weakness of the Revolt.
You can't must cost as Mexico. Your economy isn't as huge. You get a bunch of calls with shipments though. You have like
Yeah, I mean, when
4
you're Central
covers just
America,
by shipments.
you can get 2 Colves when you go Central America. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you got to. The only way you can get further Colves is to then go Age 4 and then start getting a few of them in shipments. But yeah, it's difficult to mass them because you don't have that eco behind you to be able to naturally get Colves out. It's harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome stuff. Right, my friend. I'm gonna have to head off because I have work tomorrow, and it is quite late. I'm sure it's late for you.
It's like 1 a.m. for me, but I took the week
Yeah.
off, so
Oh, look at that. It's all right
yeah,
for some. It's all right for some. Getting a nice week off. I wish I had a week off.
yeah. But I'm gonna spend the week for like the Mexican overview. I'm gonna
Nice.
grind for that
That's
video.
good. Yeah, yeah. I don't know when there's a patch. I haven't heard anything around a patch coming out as of yet.
I haven't
So
heard some. Yeah, same.
yeah. So I don't know. It might be in the new year, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. See. Yeah. Exactly. Barbarous or Barabbas. Sorry. Yeah. Revolt FI is impossible to deal with for people below 1400, and that's exactly my position. I'm not saying for me it's impossible, but it is very challenging. And what the devs and the team like AoE have to realize is that 95% of players are normal players. They got to realize that. And some things need to be changed to cater to the majority rather than the minority. And a lot of people higher up, get a bit annoyed about that, which is fair enough. It's hard to please everyone. But yeah. And on that note, I'm going to head off, Nishis. So
Yeah,
thank you very
thanks
much
for
for
hopping in.
inviting me.
Thanks for co-casting. I wouldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I should do co-casting more. I co-casted with Laz on my channel, which was really good. Did a few of those, and I think you were in the chat for a couple of
Yeah,
those.
I
And
think we
yeah,
was in the last game or two,
yeah.
the finals.
I think it's good. I've co-casted with Puggo play as well. So yeah, it's something that I'm definitely going to be doing at some point in the future, doing more co-casting. But yeah, it's been awesome. So take care, everyone. Thank you very much, Nishis, for inviting me. And
You're always welcome.
thank you very much. And congratulations to Revnak, bagging himself 60 euros, 3 games against 2 games against Kynesie. Very well played, exciting games. Just hope that we would have seen more than just the FIs. Well, we did see that on
We
the
did
last
see it in
game,
the last
but
game, so
the last game made it up, I guess. So I'll let them off. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to head off, Nishis. Take care, mate.
right. Good night.
And I'll speak to you soon. Take care,
See you
guys.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.